Hello. Thank you for having me today and good afternoon. Today we will be discussing how to develop a trader's mindset. Now, honestly, I would want to go a step back and go to the foundations of trading, which is the trading psychology. I know we hear it a lot, but not a lot of people actually focus on what does it mean and how does it actually affect us. So when we're speaking about trading psychology, we need to understand that as humans, we go through different emotions constantly. It's not any different when we're actually trading. Now, for trading psychology to actually be worked on, we need to understand why do we have these emotions, how can we control them. It needs a very good discipline, and you need to be consistent with it as well. So to begin with trading psychology, I would want you to go back to the time where you opened a demo account. When you opened a demo account, it was quite simple. You decided what's the amount, and you started maybe placing some trades. And I'm almost certain it was very rewarding as well. But that's not the case when you moved and you shifted to a live account. With live account, you started becoming a little bit indecisive, I would say. You were scared to close the position. You kept looking at your phone. You kept looking at your desktop. And this is what we mean by trading psychology, that the decisions that once used to be very easy suddenly become extremely hard for you, and we need to understand how to control those emotions. For this part, it's my first time doing this, so just bear with me, but I would want the audience to perhaps come and help me with this process. So what I will do, it's called a probability exercise. I will have 10 marbles in my hands. There's going to be 6 green colors and 4 blue colors. I will ask for a few of the audience to contribute. If you think the color will be blue, you can put your hand up. If you think the color is going to be green, you can just remain where you are. But first, I just want to know how many people will be actually participating. If you could just put your hand up for the participation. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, great. Okay, so now what I will do is I will do it maybe a few times, but remember how many times you might guess it right. So the probability here will work and you might understand how actually trading is. So that work? Oh, okay, great. So how many people think this might be blue? You can raise your hand. Okay, okay, good. It's green. Now we're going to do it one more time. How many people think it might be blue? It's blue. And now, how many people think it's going to be blue? It's green. As you guys may see, so this is just a probability game, and it's very obvious that sometimes we might think we know what to expect from the market, but it's not entirely right. And this is why we need to understand our emotions. So there is plenty of emotions that humans go through every day, but I chose a few that I believed actually really affects a trader. Now, the first one is greed. So we become very greedy. We don't close the position because we think we might get more money out of it. And then we have the fear of missing out. Maybe our friends, colleagues started trading and they had a good opportunity and we missed it. So we want to follow and do it, but it might be too late. And then we have regret, that what if moment, what if I was quick? What if I put more money in my account? And this is where we need to focus on the areas, we need to catch our feelings and see which one is the issue and how can we resolve it. Now, the last one, which I think even I have an issue with, it's ego. So you feel overconfident. I sometimes feel overconfident because I'm working in the industry, I have it covered. But that's not really the case. So it's very important to maybe even journal the emotions you have. It might sound a little bit silly, but it actually really helps. Now, this is a survey I found that showed how many people follow what. You can see the respondent rates as well. So this was done for around 1,273 people. And you can see from here, the demographics are under 25 until 70. Now, only 11% of them were females, and the rest were males. And we can see that 96% were only making emotional decisions. They had no concrete strategy, nothing to actually base their trading on. And this shows that we do have a big disconnect between what we think is right and what is actually correct. Now, rationality over emotions. What we need to do is, let's say, these are the 4 emotions that we figured. What we need to do is, okay, if it's our ego, we need to be humble. We need to accept responsibility. We need to know where it went wrong. And then we have our FOMO. We don't necessarily have to follow everyone. We can start trading on our own at any time, whenever we think is going to be a good choice. And then we have regret as well. We all make mistakes, and that's just life. But what we could do with it is to learn. Maybe that trade was bad. Maybe I'm not good with this instrument. So what we could do is learn where is our fault and be very, very objective. And lastly would be our greed, which is very important as well. We need to be very realistic with what we want from our trading experience and how it should be shaped. Now, this is a very nice quote that I always look at whenever I'm trading. It says, "It's not whether you're right or wrong, but how much money you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong," by George Soros. And I think if we just keep repeating this in our heads, it might psychologically actually change the way we think. Now, I tried to be as clear as possible with the emotional part. But now we need the blueprint. What can I do with the information that was provided to me? What we can start doing is to have a trading plan. We have a trading plan, we have a journal as well that we put in all of the information, all of the things that we have been doing. And we need to remember as well, a market is a possibility, not a guarantee. And I think a lot of us lose touch when it comes to that certainty. Now, we don't have to predict the market as well. We can sit there, analyze the market, get as much as information as possible, and we shouldn't be in a rush. Because let's face it, the market's going to constantly be there. If it's not today, tomorrow you might have a better trade. And we have to focus on the reacting to the current situations and conditions. As we may know, there's a lot of things that could constantly change. And we shouldn't mix styles of trading. A lot of us get confused about who do I follow, what should I do, what type of trades should I have on my account. We need to be a little bit more careful with that as well. We need to choose a trend and trade with it, not against it. I don't believe trading against the market would be a great choice. And lastly, we need to be very, very simple. Simplicity is the key. We don't have to overcomplicate something that is already sort of complicated, to be honest. So I feel like given the situation and understanding the psychology behind how humans are, it will massively help us. And to be fair, if you're going to be trading, you can do it today, you can do it tomorrow, you can do it every day. As long as you have the right information, I feel like you would be in a good place. And thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, then I'll just leave. Thank you.